Hey, what's up guys? Molly and I are back working on this kitchen island. We're about to install this door right here. And if you're anything like us, these European style hinges can be a pain in the butt to install and get your head wrapped around. So today I'm going to show you a quick, easy, simple way to do that that's foolproof. So let's get started. So all this jig consists of is a simple scrap piece of wood or plywood. And all you're going to do is first cut it to length. That is the exact size of your opening for your door. So here on this board I have drilled holes. These holes are for the hinges, and what you're going to do is you're going to follow your manufacturer's recommendations as far as their layout goes. And what I mean by that is the actual diameter of hole and how far away from the front edge it needs to be. In our case, I believe it was 3/16 of an inch away. We picked a random measurement. It happens to be 2.5 inches in at the center of this hole from the outer edges. Made our mark here and then found the center, drilled all the way through. And we did that on both sides. So this just shows us exactly where our hinges are going to be placed. All right. Then we found the center of this board and made a little mark right there. And this is just going to allow us to center it on the actual door. So here is our door. We're going to make sure that the front edge is facing the correct way here. And we're going to center it on the door. I've made a mark here and I'm just lining it up. As I'm going to clamp this board down and use those holes as guides for drilling. So in order to make the pocket for these hinges, it needs to be the correct depth, or at least it needs to be deep enough. It doesn't have to be the exact depth, it just has to be deep enough to where this can actually fit down in it. But you don't want to drill all the way through the face of your actual cabinet door. And in my case, it's pretty much the exact height at the top of this bit. So I'm going to go until this top of this bit is flush with the top of the cabinet. I just finished drilling those. I'll double check and make sure they're the right depth, and they are. It just needs to sit flush, this little flat part here. So we're good, and now we're actually going to go back to using this piece of wood that we previously did. You're going to place this hinge in your two holes here, and you're actually going to go ahead and screw them down. Make sure that the opening part is towards this front edge. Make sure you're installing them correctly in the correct orientation. Go ahead and install this other one on the other side here. Alright, so we got these mounted. We've got them in the closed position. We're going to set this piece in place here, making sure that it's centered. It's the same width as this opening, so just line up the top. And you can see that it's a full overlay here. I know you can't see this, but I'm actually going to mark this with a pencil in these holes where the screw locations are. So as you can see, I have my two little marks there that I just made, and I'm just going to go ahead and use a smaller bit and pre-drill those holes. I just took these hinges back out of that board we just used. I'm going to go ahead and place them over the holes we pre-drilled and screw them in place. Sorry, but I'm not going to be able to get a shot of this due to angles. But basically all I'm going to do is place them over those holes and screw them in with the provided screws. So I've got both the hinges installed, and now it's just as easy as opening those hinges up and placing them in the holes we already drilled. And then we're just going to pre-drill and screw in the hinges right here. it, guys. All you needed was this scrap piece of board to get perfect door placement every single time. Very, very simple. Very few adjustments are needed. In fact, 0 were needed after doing this. So yeah, super easy. Hope that helps you guys in putting these in, because I know they can be very, very confusing if you've never done them before. This makes it super simple. All right, guys, we'll see you next week when we actually have this thing fully done.